Hello everybody and welcome to our latest Mind Song video. We've got some new and different songs for you today, as well as some of the old favourites. And I'm going to start off with our usual Mind Song, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Oh, blow ye winds over the ocean. Oh, blow ye winds over the sea. Oh, blow ye winds over the ocean. And bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. The winds have blown over the ocean. The winds have blown over the sea. The winds have blown over the ocean and brought back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me.
Lovely.
All right. Well, that's as I say, an old favourite. Now I wonder what Bob's got for us.
I've got a song, Cliff Richard, of course, very popular singer for the last, seems like 50 years. I bet it is 50 years. Yeah, could be even 60.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the ones that most people seem to find a favourite is Living Doll. It's quite straightforward, so I'll do that for you today. I've got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. I've got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll. I've got a roving eye and that is why she satisfies my soul. I've got the one and only walking, talking, living doll. Well, take a look at her hair. And it's real, and if you don't believe what I say, just feel. Gonna lock her up in a trunk, so no big hunk can steal her away from me. Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. Gotta do my best to please her, just 'cause she's a living doll. I've got a roving eye, and that is why she satisfies my soul. I've got the one and only walking, talking, living doll.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know why my own singing makes me laugh.
Very good.
Okay, so Joan.
Right. Well, Bob's just gone back about 50 years, if not a bit more. I'm going to go back even further in time. Can you believe about 500 years ago?
Really?
With A Frog He Would a Wooing Go. Apparently, this song originated in Scotland in the 16th century.
Wow.
Which is amazing, isn't it? A frog he would, and yet we all know it from our childhoods, I think. So I hope you'll better join in, everybody. A frog he would a wooing go. Hey ho, said Roly. A frog he would a wooing go. Whether his mother would let him or no, with a roly-poly gammon and spinach. Hey ho, says Anthony Roly. So off he set with his opera hat. Hey ho, says Roly. So off he set with his opera hat, and on the road he met a rat with a roly-poly gammon and spinach. Hey ho, says Anthony Roly. Pray, Mr. Frog, will you give me a song? Hey ho, says Roly. Let it be something that's not very long. With a roly-poly gammon and spinach. Hey ho, says Anthony Roly.
Oh, that was fun. Yes, indeed. We all knew that from our childhood.
Yes,
Ah.
good.
I can safely say I've forgotten that one, Joan.
Good.
So,
I
Eleanor,
had to
what
look
have
it
you
up.
got for us? And from what
I'm
era?
going back to the 1920s now.
Okay.
Oh,
1920s. Now, this is the Ash Grove, which is a lovely, gentle song, which my mother used to thoroughly enjoy. She was a very good soprano. Now, the Ash Grove. Down yonder green valley, where streamlets meander, when twilight is fading, I pensively rove. Still glows the bright sunshine of valley and mountain, still in the dark shades a lonely ash grove. 'Twas there while the blackbird was cheerfully singing, I first met my dear one, the joy of my heart. Around us for gladness the bluebells were ringing. Ah, then little thought I how soon we should part. There's a lot more to it, but just a bit of it this time.
Very,
Yes, it is a
very nice.
beautiful song, isn't it?
It is.
Really
is.
lovely. And I remember learning that at school, as I did with my next choice, which is Cockles and Mussels, which everyone likes to join in well with the chorus, if not the rest of the song. So, in Dublin's fair city. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and sure 'twas no wonder, for so were her father and mother before. And they each wheeled their barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. But her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Oh, lovely.
very nice.
Okay, Bob.
Yes, I've got a bit of a problem, Joe.
Oh.
You see, there's a hole in my book.
Oh.
So you see, Joe, There's a hole in my bucket, dear Joe, dear Joe. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Joe, a hole.
Then fix it, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob. Then fix it, dear Bob, dear Bob, fix it.
With what shall I fix it, dear Joe, dear Joe? With what shall I fix it, dear Joe? With what?
With a straw, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob. With a straw, dear Bob, dear Bob, a straw.
Oh, but the straw is too long, dear Joe, dear Joe. The straw is too long, dear Joe, too long.
Then cut it, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob. Then cut it, dear Bob, dear Bob, cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Joe, dear Joe? With what shall I cut it, dear Joe? With what?
With an axe, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob. With an axe, dear Bob, dear Bob. With an axe.
But the axe is too blunt, dear Joe, dear Joe. The axe is too blunt, dear Joe, too blunt.
Then sharpen it, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob. Then sharpen it, dear Bob. Sharpen it.
But the stone is too dry, dear Joe, dear Joe. The stone is too dry, dear Joe. It's too dry.
Then wet it, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob. Then wet it, dear Bob, dear Bob. Wet it.
With what shall I wet it, dear Joe, dear Joe? With what shall I wet it, dear Joe? With what?
With water, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob. With water, dear Bob, dear Bob. With water.
But how shall I get it, dear Joe, dear Joe? How shall I get it, dear Joe? How?
In a bucket, dear Bob, dear Bob, dear Bob.
I know
In
where
a
it's going.
bucket, dear Bob, dear Bob. In a bucket.
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Joe, dear Joe. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Joe. A hole.
Very good. Oh,
Harry
dear.
Belafonte did that long time ago.
Oh, right. Well, I
Oh.
hope everyone enjoyed that. We
They
did.
certainly did.
That's a lot of fun.
So
Joe,
I've got to follow that, have I?
follow that.
Right, I'm going to bring us down to earth and we're going to sing She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain.
Oh, right.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain, coming round the mountain, coming round the mountain when she comes. Singing aye, yippee, yippee, aye. Singing aye, yippee, yippee, aye. Singing aye, yippee. Aye, aye, yippee, aye, yippee, yippee, aye. She'll be pulled by 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be pulled by 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be pulled by 6 white horses, pulled by 6 white horses, pulled by 6 white horses when she comes. Singing aye, aye, yippee, yippee, aye. Singing aye, yippee, yippee, aye. Singing aye, yippee, aye, yippee, aye, yippee, yippee, aye. She'll be wearing pink pajamas when she comes. She'll be wearing pink pajamas when she comes. She'll be wearing pink pajamas, wearing pink pajamas, wearing pink pajamas when she comes. Singing aye, aye, yippee, yippee-i. Singing I, yippee, yippee-i. Singing I, yippee, I, yippee, I, yippee, yippee-i. And we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. And we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. And we'll all go out to meet her, all go out to meet her, all go out to meet her when she comes. Singing I, yippee, yippee-i, yippee-i. Singing I, yippee, yippee-i. Singing I, yippee, I, yippee, I, yippee, yippee-i, yippee-i.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure everybody enjoyed joining in with that. Now, Eleanor, maybe you have some.
Oh, we're off to America now. Off to America. All about the miners and their wayward daughters and little things like that.
Ooh.
Clementine. In the cavern, in the canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Light she was and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Hairy boxers with a topses, sandals were for Clementine. Drove she ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Hit her foot against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Saw her lips above the water, blowing bubbles mighty fine. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, thou art lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine.
All right.
Lovely.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful song. I hadn't really kind of thought about the lyrics before so much. Anyway,
We've got 3 more as well, which I'll spare you from. 3 more verses.
I'm going to bring us down to reality with the hokey cokey. So, actions, please. See if you can join in. You put your right arm in, your right arm out, in, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretch, rah, rah, rah. You put your left arm in, your left arm out. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Knees bend, arms stretch, rah, rah, rah. You put your right leg in, your right leg out. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Hum, hum, hum. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretch, rah, rah, rah. You put your left leg in, your left leg out, in, out, in, out, you shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretch, rah, rah, rah. You put your whole self in, your whole self out, in, out, in, out. You shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Oh, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretch, rah, rah, rah. Oh, right. Happy memories of doing that.
Went very well at Badgeworth, didn't it? That really goes down
Yes,
well.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think you know, you can still do some movements and make it fun.
It's good.
Right, Bob, follow that.
Right, but I'd like to try one that was on your original list, but we've not done before.
Okay.
And it's the Drifters back to late 50s, early 60s, which was Save the Last Dance for Me.
Oh, right.
Remember that one?
Mm.
Excuse me, I'll have a little sip. It's a good job we're not recording, isn't it, Joe? Sorry, folks. Right, you might remember this one. You can dance every dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile every smile for the man who holds your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know, and that the music's fine like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun. Laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. And don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? No, I'm never gonna let you go. I love you oh so much. You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks if you're all alone and to take you home, you must tell him no. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, oh, save the last dance for me. Bum, bum, bum.
Ah,
It definitely ends in bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, that was a lovely different one. And yeah, it's great.
very
Thank you.
nice.
Joan.
Right. Well, I think I'll go back to one of our old favourites and sing one from The Sound of Music, which I hope you'll all be able to join in with. My favourite things. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favourite things. Cream-coloured ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favourite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favourite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favourite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
That's lovely. That's a good advice there.
Yes.
Eleanor, what have you got for us?
I think this is going back a few more number of years, but Bobby Shafter.
Oh, right.
Bobby Shafter gone to sea, silver buckles on his knee. He'll come back and marry me, Bonnie, Bonnie Shafter. Bobby Shafter been to sea, silver buckets on his knee. He'll come back and marry me, Bonnie, Bonnie Shafter. Bobby Shafter's bright and fair, combing down his yellow hair. He's my aim for evermore, Bonnie, Bonnie Shafter. Bobby Shafter's tall and slim, always dressed so neat and trim. The lassies, they all look at him, Bonnie, Bonnie Shafter.
All right. Oh, yes, I remember that one. Yeah.
Coming back now, Joe, I think.
So, my go again. So, some actions maybe. So I've got, he's got the whole world in his hands, but this is a slightly different version because we've got the whole world in our hands, and it's something to think about. We've got the whole world in our hands. 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 We've got our mamas and our papas in our hands. We've got our mamas and our papas in our hands. We've got our mamas and our papas in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got our brothers and our sisters in our hands. We've got our brothers and our sisters in our hands. We've got our brothers and our sisters in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the earth and the water in our hands. We've got the mountains and the valleys in our hands. We've got the oceans and the rivers in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands.
Very nice.
Something to think
Yes.
about. Okay, so Bob.
Right. This is a lovely song. It's one of the traditional ones from the music hall, and it's If You Were the Only Girl in the World.
Ah.
Yes.
Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. As it happens. If you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy, nothing else would matter in the world today. We could go on loving in the same old way. A garden of Eden, us made for two, with nothing to mar our joy. I would say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world and I was the only boy. A very short one, that.
Lovely.
I didn't know you cared. Lovely, thank you. Joan?
Ah, yes. Well, continuing on the sort of love theme, I thought I might try singing a Beatles song. I'm sure most of you can remember the Beatles back in the 60s. And this one was written by Paul McCartney, one of the famous four, when he was only 16 years old. It's very short. Well, the part I can sing is very short. There's a bit I hope you will recognise. So, when I'm 64. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine, birthday greetings, bottle of wine? If I'd been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me Valentine, birthday greetings, bottle of wine? If I'd been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Our daughter had that at her wedding.
Did she? Oh, fancy that.
Got married in South Africa. It was a very different wedding, but that was lovely.
Oh,
Quite difficult to sing, actually.
yeah.
Eleanor, what have you got?
I've got one called Blow Away the Morning Dew. And watching and listening to the weather forecast, it rather looks as though we're up in the north. It's 30 centimetres of snow and plowing through that.
Yes.
Children just love it. But down here, perhaps it's still appropriate to say blow away the morning dew, as we haven't had much in the snowy line, have we? Upon the sweetest summertime, in the middle of the month, a pretty damsel I espy, the fairest ever born, and sing, blow away the morning dew, the dew and the dew, blow away the morning dew, how sweet the winds do blow. The yellow cowslip by the brim, the daffodil as well, the timid primrose pale and trim, the pretty snowdrop bell, and sing, blow away the morning dew, the dew and the dew, blow away the morning dew, how sweet the winds do blow. The yellow cowslip by the brim, the daffodil as well, the timid primrose pale and trim, the pretty snowdrop bell, and sing, blow away the morning dew, the dew and the dew, blow away the morning dew, how sweet the winds do blow.
Yes, lovely. I think I remember that one as well from learning it at school. And now I, relatively modern, probably 1950s, My Fair Lady, and Wouldn't It Be Lovely? All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolates for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of heat. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet, oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, so lovely, sitting up so bloomin' lutely still. I would never budge till spring crept over my windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be, who takes good care of me. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely, 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 lovely.
Oh,
Lovely.
lovely.
And so, Bob,
Yeah, I'd like to do one from Sound of Music. I nearly said South Pacific.
that's coming even more up to date.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love Edelweiss, so
Oh,
I know
yes.
it's one that we sing quite often, but I think a lot of people enjoy that one.
Yes, really.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to greet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Oh,
Lovely
that's so
song, isn't it?
lovely.
That?
Yeah,
It's
that's
beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank
Oh.
you. And Joan.
Right. Oh, well, I'm going to take you back to the 60s, 1960s. And some of you might be able to remember a film called Summer Holiday with Cliff Richard and the Shadows. And this is a song from that film called Bachelor Boy. I'll try and sing it, and I hope you'll be able to join in. When I was young, my father said, "Son, I've got something to say." And what he told me I'll never forget until my dying day. He said, "Son, you'll be a bachelor boy, and that's the way to stay. Son, you'll be a bachelor boy until your dying day." When I was 16, I fell in love with a girl as sweet as can be. But I remember just in time what my daddy said to me. He said, "Son, you'll be a bachelor boy, and that's the way to stay. Son, you'll be a bachelor boy until your dying day." As time goes by, I probably will meet a girl and fall in love. Then I'll get married, have a wife and a child, and they'll be my turtle doves. But until then, I'll be a bachelor boy, and that's the way I'll stay. Happy to be as a bachelor boy until my dying day.
All right. Oh, yes, I'm sure that will bring back lots of memories.
Does bring back memories.
Yeah. Eleanor?
I'm going to sing Polly Wolly Doodle. I might get lost on the way, but I'll give it a go. Oh, myself, she am a maiden fair, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. with laughing eyes and curly hair, sing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, farewell, my fairy fair. I'm off to Louisiana for to see my Susiana, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Oh, a grasshopper sitting on a railroad track, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Picking his teeth with a carpet stack, sing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, farewell, my fairy fair. Oh, I'm off to Louisiana for to see my Susiana, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Boom, boom.
Oh, lovely.
And again, another one that I remember from my youth. I think we're into the last round now. So I am going to sing "You Are My Sunshine,"
Ah,
which I know is very popular with many people. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy if you will only say the same. But if you leave me and love another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You told me once, dear, you really loved me, and no one else could come between. But now you've left me and love another. You have shattered all of my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Lovely.
Say that there is another verse
there is.
which happiness is restored.
You've never liked that verse.
I have not. So on to the next. Bob.
I'll sing one of the old favourites, which is Maybe It's Because I'm a Londoner.
Oh, right, yes.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London so. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me just walking up and down. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me just walking up and down. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town.
Lovely.
All the London ones. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So, Joan, your last offering?
When Irish eyes are smiling.
Oh,
Nice short one, but a pretty little one, I
a
think.
very pretty one.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. Had a moment there.
Yes. So, Eleanor,
Oh,
you have
oh,
the last spot.
oh, well, the title of this, Strawberry Fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and it caught my eye because when we first went to New Zealand with our family, and they've stayed there for all the time, there's a lovely little cafe just by the sea, and it was called Strawberry Fair, and all the children raced every time to get a lovely strawberry ice cream. So Strawberry Fair is gets me thinking back all the things that we've done in New Zealand. As I was going to Strawberry Fair, singing, singing buttercups and daisies, I met a maiden taking her where, oh dear, her eyes were blue and golden her hair, and she went on to Strawberry Fair. Rifle, rifle, toddle-riddle-ido, rifle, rifle, toddle-riddle-dee. Kind air, pray pick up my basket, she said, singing, singing, buttercups and daisies, my cherries ripe, or my roses red, oh the dear, a strawberry sweet I cannot spare, as I go on to Strawberry Fair. Rifle, rifle, toddle-riddle-ido, rifle, rifle, toddle-riddle-dee.
Ah, lovely.
Hey, that's a beautiful
Very nice.
traditional song. Yeah, really nice. Well, that brings us to the end of our session with you this afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly have, as ever. And we will be with you again sometime soon, we hope. I think we've all had our vaccinations, isn't that right?
We certainly have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it won't be all that long before we can come back to see you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.